Hello and namaste. Welcome to my channel, Let's Learn with Neha. Today we are going to learn 17 punctuation marks. If you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing, like the video, watch it completely, and share it with your family and friends. The term punctuation refers to a system that allows a writer to let the audience know where the sentences end, where there is a short pause or a long pause, and also to show if the writer is questioning, explaining, or providing some extra information. The 17 punctuation marks are period, question mark, exclamation point, comma, colon, semicolon or semicolon, hyphen, n dash, m dash, parenthesis, square brackets, curly brackets, angle brackets, quotation marks, apostrophe, slash, and ellipses. Period. The period is also known as the full stop. A period is used to end a declarative sentence, also known as affirmative, assertive, or a simple sentence. A period indicates that a sentence is finished. For example, today is Monday, full stop. She is dancing with joy, period. Unique to them, periods are also often used in abbreviations. Professor becomes prof. Period. Question mark. The question mark is used to end a question, also known as an interrogative sentence. Example, what are you planning to do? Question mark. Do you like tea or coffee? Question mark. Are you feeling sad? Question mark. In a question sentence, if you don't put a question mark in the end, it will not be considered as an interrogative sentence. Exclamation point. The exclamation mark is a punctuation mark usually used after an interjection or exclamation to indicate strong feelings or to show emphasis. The exclamation mark often marks the end of a sentence. For example, our house is haunted! Exclamation mark. Exclamation points can be fun in casual messages and show the passion in a character's voice when you are writing fiction, but they are usually not a good choice in any kind of formal, academic, or business writing. Number 4 is comma. A comma is commonly used punctuation mark that is used to separate two words, phrases, or clauses in a sentence. It can also be used in a list to mention different items or articles. The basic function of a comma is to separate nouns in a sentence. It can also be used to separate phrases or even to separate a phrase and a clause. A comma can be used to separate a main clause from a subordinate clause. A comma can also be used before a coordinating conjunction and after a conjunctive adverb in a compound sentence. Examples: we had barbecue steak burger, comma, Beyond Classic Burger and Thousand Island Burger for lunch today. So names are separated using a comma. Every evening, comma, Rachel and Monica take a stroll in the park. Phrase and clause. We went out for lunch, comma, So we did not have anything at home. Main clause and a subordinate clause. Colon. A colon is used in a sentence for the following reasons: to introduce or state a point, to present a list of items, tabular column, text, in citations and biblical references, in dialogue writing, to quote the speaker's words, to draw attention to noun or noun phrases, examples and quotations, and to mention the time of the day and ratios. Examples: the students who have enrolled for the competition are colon their names. In dialogue writing, teacher colon good morning children, students colon good morning ma'am. To write time, the meeting will start at 11:30 a.m. sharp. And to mention ratios, the ratio of girls to boys this year is 4:6. Semicolon. The semicolon is used to connect sentences together. The semicolon typically indicates that the second sentence is closely related to the one before it. Example: I can't eat peanuts, semicolon, I am highly allergic to them. So the second part of the sentence is directly related to the first part of the sentence. Lucy loves to eat all kinds of sweets, semicolon. Lollipops are her favorite. Number 7. Hyphen. The hyphen is used to form compound words. Example: I went to lunch with my father-in-law. So when we have to use compound words, hyphen is used in between. She was playing with a jack in the box. The n dash. The n dash is used to express ranges or is sometimes used in more complex compound words. Example: the homework exercises are on pages 20 to 27 range. The songwriter had worked on many award-winning productions. Number 9. M dash. The M dash is used to indicate a pause or an interrupted speech. Examples: the thief was someone nobody expected. Me. This pause is denoted by M dash. Example 2. Those kids will was all he managed to say before he was hit by a water balloon. Here, the interrupted speech is depicted by M dash. Number 10. Parentheses. Typically, parentheses are used to add additional information. Example: I thought for a very long time. Now this is additional information, so it is given in brackets called parentheses if I should actually give an honest answer. Number 2, tomorrow is Diwali. Extra information, that's my favorite holiday. It is put in brackets called parentheses. Pollution increased significantly. For the reference, extra reference, brackets, see chart 16a. Number 11. Square brackets. Typically, square brackets are used to clarify or add information to quotations. Example: according to an eyewitness, the chimpanzees climbed on the roof and juggled. So, climbed on the roof and juggled is mentioned in quotations, and the additional information here is bananas. The judge said that the defense attorney had made it clear that the case was far from closed. The name of the defense attorney is given in square brackets. Curly brackets. They are also known as braces. Braces or curly brackets set off any incidental or optional information or thoughts. In formal writing, braces enclose math equations, music chords, computer programming commands, or list of equal choices. For example, she highlighted six numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 on the ruler she made. His behavior changed at pivotal ages 5, 11, 14, 20. Choose a color red, white, blue, pink to paint the wall. So, in all these cases, curly brackets are used to give any incidental, optional information or thoughts. Angle brackets, sometimes known as chevrons, they are a pair of punctuation marks that take the form of greater smaller sign. These marks are often considered to be a type of a bracket, the same category that parenthesis, square bracket, curly bracket are considered to belong to. Compared to these punctuation marks, angle brackets are very rarely used in writing. Angle brackets see more usage in the field such as mathematics, computer programming than in writing. In maths, for example, a single angle bracket is commonly used to mean that something is less than or greater than something else. Number 14. Quotation marks. Quotation marks are also called speech marks. They are one of the punctuation marks in English which can be used to quote the exact words of the speaker in a sentence and also to indicate names, titles, and so on. Example, she said, "Don't let the dog out of the house." So the quote or the language of the speaker is mentioned in quotations. "I had a dream," said Martin Luther King. "Likewise, I do too." Another important punctuation mark, apostrophe, mistakenly pronounced as postophe or post office. It is apostrophe. An apostrophe is a punctuation mark that is mainly used to show possession or ownership of something or someone. It can also be used to form contractions or to indicate missing letters and numbers. Apostrophe can be seen to perform different functions. Let's have a look at the examples and analyze how an apostrophe performs its various functions. Number 1. Use of an apostrophe to show possession. Dinah's father got a job in UAE. Dinah's father, her father. So it shows a possession. Number 2. Use of an apostrophe to form contractions. Do not becomes don't. Would not becomes won't. Cannot becomes can't. Were not becomes weren't. Use of an apostrophe to indicate missing letters and numbers. From year 89 to 93, I was studying in Delhi. So here instead of 1989, it is mentioned 89. So missing letters or missing numbers. Number 4. Use of apostrophe with compound nouns or hyphenated nouns to show possession. The 15-year-old's parents were asked to meet the principal. 15-year-old here is hyphenated compound nouns. Number 16. Slash. The slash has several different uses. Number 1. Relationships. The existence of boxer briefs somehow hasn't ended the boxers slash briefs debate. Number two, alternatives. They accept cash and slash or credit. Number three, fractions. After an hour, 2 slash 3 or 2/3 of the audience had already left. Number 17, ellipses. In formal writing, ellipses are used to indicate that words were removed from a quote. The mayor said the damages will be ellipses paid for by the city ellipses as soon as possible. So words here are taken out of the quote. In informal writing, ellipses are often used to indicate pauses or speech that trails off. Example, he nervously stammered and said, "Look, I pause. You see, pause. I wasn't. Pause. Forget it. Okay." So here it indicates the pauses in the speech. So now here is an exercise for you. Try to solve these 7 questions. They are followed by the answers, and do mention in the comment box how many of these you got right. Happy learning!